We back again, yeah. Siyabulela, through the Almighty's grace, we made it. Siyaqhubeka through our concrete jungle as we continue. I had the privilege of having one of the most impactful conversations with Luyanda, who I appreciate a lot. Ikhrutman has taught me a lot about self-sustenance and thinking on your own. And most importantly, in the Atanba, he puts me in positions where I can see Lendi Bonai from a different kind of view set, appreciate every moment that I do have with him. And he's one of the people that planted the seed that I continue to plow today. So thank you very much for instilling confidence and being a reminder that I'm stronger on my own. And I appreciate you. God bless.
You see now that when people are no longer there, like, oh fuck, my nigga's gone. But you forgot to tell him when he was there, yo, this is this and this is that, this is what you can do to avoid that shit. You have your own HR app to do your admin stuff and stuff like that. You just plug in the numbers and take care of the rest. Then when your ass loses data, I got hacked. No, nigga. You plugged it into your system, forgetting it's free. Who would give you free shit and not want to benefit?
There is something that they're getting out of you.
They're getting something out of it.
And maybe it could be something that when you have no idea that they're getting from you.
So if we could have learned anything from, let's say, Google has given us that lesson time and time again. Say, listen, this is free, you can use it. And then it says, like Abandu have migrated to it, and then it's like, okay, cool. How about you guys pay me $1 for this shit? And you're like, no, this shit is free. It's like, no, it's not free, motherfucker. This is my shit. I'm just letting you use it. Understand? Currently, we call the app that's called Moya. That shit, it is hard shit. It's nice. It's great. You're using it for free, and you know. It's the next WhatsApp and shit. But I promise you, somewhere, somehow, someone's going to pay for that shit. Somewhere, somehow.
We have been paying it and we had no idea.
Exactly.
The way they are so articulate about mining our information and all these things, I think it is our responsibility to us to place awareness on it. We just can't give our power off to people who think nothing less of us.
No, first, Lando, when I'm gonna, it has to do with your own consciousness. You need to understand how to be alone. Remember, I said that point. You have to be at peace of being alone in silence. The problem comes when you start wanting to put data to look at shit. Say, no, I can't live without that data. You rather have the ice blocks with salt for supper than not having data. So that maybe YouTube watch the next show and shit like that. Or do banking because you don't want to use the dollar bill. Then you think that whole system creates comfort within or it secures environment of Kuyo. Not knowing by you not having a phone, like I haven't had a phone for how long now? 2-3 months? You don't hear me complaining, nigga, can I just use your WhatsApp? I need to send shit or hold on to other people. Oh my God, YouTube and you need to be comfortable on being by yourself. With yourself.
You're not really missing out anything.
You're not missing much. What you need is gonna eventually come to you. It's almost like saying I got the greatest shit. Like you design something and like, yo, this shit is dope. This shit is dope. Mentally, you have programmed yourself to think that shit is dope. And it's dope. You don't need to convince another person. Another person will feed off your energy to say that shit is dope without you saying that was dope. It's like when you're watching something like this shit is evil. A person literally will pick up your energy without you saying like, yo, that shit is evil. Is it a coincidence? It's by design, my nigga. You manifest the shit. Understand? So that when other people come within that time chain, they pick it up. It's the same thing why I lock the gates.
Yeah, chase out the aura.
You understand? I want to make sure you're out of that range.
You're out of that range.
Yes, so I can be productive.
It's reinforcing your force field.
Yeah, there you go.
Reinforce that force.
So the apps and the operating systems and everything else, they're great. They make your life easy and all of that shit. And money, crypto, and whatever shit is that you find yourself circulating around you, the orbit. But once you move out of your own solar, then you're going to catch shit. Remember that solar was created for a reason. Now you want to act like you're a shooting star out of it. Then you will be a dead star somewhere in that whole solar system, in the whole sequence of things. So what I'm trying to get at is whatever you feel Guti it's wrong out there, look at it from a distance, create a distance from it. We take it into pieces and work at it, but then don't pull it into your solar system, because you don't know how damaging it can explode. Like explode that it affects new planets around you. You understand?
Means don't internalize what you're going through.
Yeah, keep it within there. Like, bam. It's the same thing. That thing there where you test apps and shit. Yeah. You see, a young dog way theater. It falls in line with that. If you don't have your basis is correct, then it's easy to be like, what the fuck are you talking about? But if you understand the basics of the animal kingdom, how you survive, it's easy. They're just easy. You don't need to give them words or stick it deep. You just know them. You understand?
And then your focus is more on the important shit.
The important shit.
Yeah, the important.
The words will keep on coming.
Break, yeah.
There'll be EVN, EVEN. There'll be Bluetooth 1, Bluetooth 2,
5 point whatever.
BlackBerry, Raspberry, and everything. Like, me Raspberry, for me to see it at DVD, I'm like, oh, this is you, nigga. I just spotted you.
Okay.
Understand? Magazine. And all of a sudden I felt like TV. I'm like, oh, hello. There you are. You see, that's a shit on that theater.
Can you like further elaborate about this thing of us? Sometimes we have this tendency of when something doesn't happen at a time in which we predicted it to happen, we have this sense of always working from desperation.
Okay.
And I've had this lesson being taught to me. And it's something that I started to pay huge attention to, is that what the Almighty wants for you, He's not going to give it to someone else.
I hear you.
And when I start becoming attached to what someone else has more than what I want for myself, then I fall into a sense of jealousy. I fall into a sense of misery, only because I think what that person has is what the Almighty is preventing me from having.
I hear you.
But I had to remind myself again, but what the Lord has for you, He does not have for someone else.
I hear you.
And sometimes He can literally ruin your plans in you thinking, but this is what you want for me.
Okay.
And I've started to understand that I should not dispute what the divine wants for me.
Okay.
I should work in alignment with what the divine wants for me. And what nature wants, nature gets.
Okay.
I reflect on what my teacher at one point said, that Mother Nature is always going to reclaim what's hers.
Okay. Let's look at it as, remember I used to talk about the craft back in the days?
Yeah.
Where you have to come out of craft for you to see craft with Yama Anja.
Yeah, bro.
Understand?
You can't see the graph while you're in it. Yeah.
It's almost like saying I want to build a house. So I'm trying to get away from a notion of saying there is a divine intervention and everything else. It's going to rain, I need to be under a shelter. Natural environment.
Sure.
So you saying, fuck, the wind is picking up, it's getting cold, and picking up the elements of nature. You know what to do.
Yeah.
Now, your ass, when you sit back and not reacting to that, guess what's going to happen to you? It's going to rain. And you're going to be left with your dick out, unfortunately. So this is how it goes. I want to build a house. What do I have? A shovel. How about start digging out the foundation and guess what? Somebody sees you doing that. Hey, how you doing? Great. Listen, don't you have bricks? Yeah, I do. He saw you digging. If you didn't dig, you are not going to see him. We attract things in our lives by putting out energy. Unfortunately, if you want to move away from that reality of saying the energy that you're getting is almost like getting stabbed or 12 a junction.
What are you doing there, dog?
You understand? That's the thing. It's like, no, but I have a right. I'm a South African and blah blah. Crime is high and everything else. But your ass was reckless. So the energy that you put out there, unfortunately, to come back. Now sometimes I become negative. Nigga, I'm not God or perfect and shit like that. I'm 40 fucking years old. I'm old as fuck. The last thing I can do is sit back and say, you know what, I'm not helping somebody, or I'm not adding value, or stuff
I'm
like
not being
that.
of service.
You understand? To my community and shit. Yeah, obviously I'm not gonna put my ass out there, you understand, for people to walk all over me. No. But once somebody asks you something that he can benefit from, then I'ma lay it down. Not saying good to eat it, but there's an option. Yeah. You understand? That's my
putting it on the table.
Yeah.
So it's up to you whether you take it or not.
Yeah. So by me saying that, when there's this notion of saying time is against me, or there's the feelings that attach to time is against me, which is you start panicking, you start thinking otherwise. No, this is not happening, this is happening. Remember at one point you asked me, listen, my nigga, I always put Saturday for my woman, but he's not showing up on that day. And I said to your ass, nigga, you need to be grateful for that shit. For him to show up once a week, you need to be grateful. Your ass know you gonna get pampered when that shit comes. It is what it is. So when it comes around, you gonna get it. So be grateful. And I saw you changing, and like, oh, okay, cool. These niggas that don't actually have one, I have one, and I'm not even paying for it. It's free. It's loyal to me and stuff like that.
You actually literally brought me to a place of grace.
Yeah.
You
so
taught me by, hey, be grateful for what you have.
Yeah.
Man. There's someone out there who's working 10 times, even 100 times to even get what you have.
You have, nigga. You got it for free.
Exactly.
And it's here.
And it's here. And I said it to one of my friends once. He was complaining, oh, bruh, I got this girl to fall for me and so on. Yeah. And I said, you're still squirming about a girl falling for you.
Nigga.
Bruh, do you know how hard it is to have a girl fall for you? Do you
listen
know
to your stupid ass and your shit.
Exactly.
Come back time and time again.
I played my part, dude. Like, I played my part. Namti. Now, now ngoku extend. Dude, you leaving. Like, in technically, you're leaving performance on the table. You're literally leaving yourself performance because in your doubt, there lies your achievement. There lies something that you can really use as a base for. But dog, goddamn, I didn't think about it this kind of way. And then he left like, thanks for that. Like, yeah, I am coming to you wanting to complain about all these things. And then I also remembered at that moment. But now it happened to me as well.
You see? Goddamn,
I wasn't grateful.
That's a lesson right there. You need to be grateful for what you have. Yeah, you might think this is the shit, but you're gonna need this shit. You understand? That's the flow of nature right there. If you understand that concept, be grateful for what you have. Therefore, you can't complain when times hit you and say, okay, cool, I'm supposed to have this by this month, or this by this month, or that by this month. That's irrelevant because you're content with what you have. And when you're building, nigga, I was supposed to have a running company long time ago. I know where to go, how to go, who to touch and stuff like that.
All that.
Yeah. But unfortunately, currently, financially, it's not working out. Do I lose my fucking mind? Do I go rob motherfuckers? Do I swear at a nigga who buys me alcohol and give me that fund for me to go to my next meeting? No, you don't need to. You just need to say, okay, cool, we don't see alike. We're not operating in the same wavelength. It's alright, my nigga. Peace.
Sure.
Thanks for your time.
Yeah.
Bounce. Then being angry about it and think, why man Pete? He's got the latest iPhone. Why
him now? And all that.
You know how I need that shit? This nigga got it for free. He Wesley got the chai. And
I've understood Luyanda, and it comes from a place of entitlement. We have this thing, but abanye abantu, we don't see like the behinds towards all these people's successes, because I was trying to also like lift myself up with my friend when I told him that, yes, dude, I've been really fooling myself for a while now, and I never thought I would get to a position where I could sit and have this conversation, because now I started to realize that this is not weakness. In prevent Luyanda from me literally doing something about it. When I avoid it, it gives me more initiative. Manjing I take any responsibility for it. And I told him, yes, I've been feeling shitty. I've been feeling this kind of way. I don't appreciate this kind of thing. And then now I kind of opened him up as well. Now he ends up talking about he's facing a lot of things and so on. Do you see how grateful it is for, at least in Jena, what you're really going through? Because too many of us, as for no understand, we're so quick to want to think for people and make decisions for them.
Remember the equation situation. 1 + 1 is equal to 2. Then in high school, example, but 1 plus 1 is equal to, no, 1 plus 1 is equal to more than, less than, or less than, more than, something. They're expanding in knowledge base when it comes to solving equations. You see, the problem, Tina, we get stuck with the more than or the less than signs and forget we are all part of the matrix. It's the same. It's just that Archimedes at that time is amplified.
Delve deeper into the matrix.
Yeah, it's just that by the time you catch the order of the clock moving rightwards, it's not actually moving rightwards. Remember, you have the sun. You don't need the clock.
Yes, Luyanda, I heard something about us as black people being places of charging. Like, people come to us to get charged.
Yeah.
Hence why it was getting better than about you saying we are the sun.
Yeah. So like, one of the crucial mistakes about reflecting, using other people's pain just to feel good about themselves. Now that when people are no longer there, like, oh fuck, my nigga's gone. But you forgot to tell him when he was there, yo, this is this and this is that, this is what you can do to avoid that shit.
Luyanda, we spend so much time in trying to break ourselves apart from people.
Yeah.
I'm so angry at him. Like, I'm gonna invent new ways on
he's a loser.
How am I gonna, like, this is why I left him.
Yeah.
This is why he's such a loser. This is why I can't bear being with him. We get ruled by emotions.
You just need to be clever about it and see it for what it is, man. The matrix can really hurt you if you're not
careful.
You need to allow yourself to think freely about it. We born it for what it is. It's the grid. When you go into it, just know there is east, north, south and west. This is how it's going to go. The time is the sun. You don't need a person to tell you it's 5:30. You can see the sun moving.
No one can convince you otherwise. But hey, it's 12 a.m. in the morning.
Nigga, you late. No, nigga, you see. By the time it gets there, it's past 12. It's 2:12. You understand? Only above where it's 12. You don't need these things. They confuse the fuck out of you.
Distractions.
You understand?
They're gunning for our focus.
Yeah, and you tell yourself, okay, cool, it's loading 10 times the rate. If this thing was loading at 10 times the rate, we wouldn't have this discussion currently. It's God's fucking plan to slow your ass fucking down. Understand? By me being at peace with myself, I kind of got to appreciate shit more and more. You understand? Now, Ngondo works in a certain way, and I don't want to complicate it. You understand? I like abanye bathanda igusha. Ndithanda ibhokhwe le pie weni. That's me. I like the climb. I like the exercise.
I like the climb.
You understand? Bamba igoni ngomlomo and look ukuthi imephi le bhokhwe. Yona qala it's at its advantage. It moves endabeni with ease. Now I have to I can't jump like yona. I have to find way of swinging using ropes and shit like that. That's me. That's what I like. You understand? Onyum was like, I appreciate having the chickens and they give me eggs and shit like that and don't
living off the land.
Living off the land, plowing, don't. Yeah, there are people for that, but then when I walk back to my village, I can say, you got carrots, you got don't lands. Yo, do you wanna exchange?
Yeah.
There you go. Tate amakapecha itune and
that's the bartering system, right?
You understand? Don't forget that. Don't lose that.
That's the African financial way.
Yeah.
We've always done it that way. Before this monetary system was invented in the whole thing, and I talked about this earlier in the week in one of the podcasts about we need to bring this African custom back to how our ancestors used to do it. This sense of community, because there's this phrase I always hear about, it takes a village to raise a child.
Yeah.
And all these proverbs and I want to immerse myself in why would our ancestors have such values that even in the times of us having these values being unwashed from us and new westernized values or modernized values, us having to adopt them due to colonization and all these things. And I just want to understand the lead up to all of these things because we didn't find ourselves here.
Remember, we were warned about this shit. Bazofika benenwele eziyephu baze nesibili ensimbi ekhanyayo. Then we took it for granted. Saying we are not, you are drawn to it. But now the thing is, they were learning us more than we were learning in them. Understand? We already had them. It's not like you lost it. You had it in you. They're like trying to get to their ancestors. Well, how does this thing work? We know it works. We know it. It's our shit. Understand? We're trying to get to know how your hair became straight. You give us a comb. Then sabambek. Then you give us a mirror. Then we didn't need to make.
It's like you were already already that we already were doing it.
You understand? Then away one, and then you compress us, and then you divide us. We didn't need to build roads, nigga. We knew how to move. Moving is our shit. We know how to do that shit. You understand? The reason why we don't build houses is because therefore you just take your family and fucking move. Now they're catching up to that shit, but having built a 10-story fucking building. Our ways was never wrong, my nigga. We had that shit before. The mess that they're picking up right now, we had it back in the days, my nigga. This Egypt they talking about, these pyramids they talking about, nigga. Egypt was fucking poor. It was poor, nigga. They were living off other kings. Look at history, it will tell you that shit. SABC Tuma Pumube would tell you Kuti Jerusalem has nothing to do with us. Mapungube SABC 2 on Saturday. It will tell you. It tells you Mapungube. It shows you lay out your solar system.
So you do believe that Africa is the cradle of humankind?
It's not. Listen. This is where
life began.
This is where we. Why are they so curious? Why are they curious? You know, we at a position whereby other people dream of coming to us and fucking us over. How fucked up do you have to be to think that way?
I feel that pain, Tatiana.
So they tell you the Holy Land, the Quran
is in Israel.
Then the Holy Land, your Bible is wherever it is. I don't know, guy.
They want to make sure, but it's as far as away from Africa as it is, because at one point they did try to claim that Egypt was not part of Africa.
Now you have to understand the sequence here to and Mapungube, they tell you how from East Central Africa downwards from Ukutla, Luyanda, Brazzaville, Ukutla, and the states and stuff like that. We have our own holy land up in South Africa. It's just that you don't know it because it's kept evidence. Long information. Now SABC2, the program I told you about, it exposes that shit, but if I get actually wrong or at the wrong place.
It's when the masses are not paying attention.
Yeah. Understand? SABC2
they
on
know
Saturday.
you're drunk probably that time. You're drunk as well. You don't give a fuck about what's on TV. They literally could play our history without us even having an idea.
Okay. So that's the thing. And now what they doing successfully, they killing all the storytellers.
The human libraries.
You understand? Mapungube, there is about 5 people that know what Mapungube is about. It's a land, niggas. You walk to that shit, it's there. It's something you can touch. You don't need a plane for it. It's there for you. The history, the science is there. Your energy is there. Your rituals are there. Everything you've been shown.
And nothing has to be proven.
It's there for you.
Trying to lay claim to it.
No, they're trying to make sure your energy is displaced, so that they can program you in a certain way for you to act. It's this type of shit. See, expectations will make you an ass. Be expecting things to work.
Expectations are the mother of all fuck ups.
I'm just abuye nebhotile inwethile izoba grand so that I can
know you. There is only.
Just listen to this now. You know this. You can feel it. The energy.
We live in a system that's designed for us to fail, and I don't know what to tell them. I don't know what to tell them. When they get older, they're gonna face a system that tells them there is no you. There is only who I want you to be. From your latest cell phones to the style seen in your most recent videos to my implementation of what you call swag. If you can't brag about how many women you have or the $200 denim on your butt, you are worthless. Your purse is not hot if it is a fall edition and we are in the winter. And as long as your kids have Jordans on their feet, it is okay if they have to eat top ramen for a week for dinner. Your check is in the mail. You fail at becoming grown men, so you don't bother with your younger ones. Give them to me. I'll program them to Viacom. Have them growing up with a single mom and extensive rap sheets and ADD with no off switch, and download a defense that is nothing but false self-confidence shown through them being overly aggressive. Your misguided women want nothing but diamonds and Fendi. Or dreams of finding a professional athlete to pay for their lives because to them being a wife is not a lifestyle, it is trendy. Trendy to have like a little black dog carried around in a bag, the deconstruction of your black woman and man are going according to plan. Flip the coin, and for those who have chose not to go down that road, make sure that any statement they make that may challenge their masculinity are followed by statements of insecurity. We can't have them thinking for themselves. Program dreams to be a mirage. Close enough to see, yet too far to reach. Set aesthetics to pathetic, aka camouflage. Allow them to blend in. Keyword trend. Downtown corners full of rappers who refuse to give up even though their stuff sucks, but will allow them to say their piece. At the very least, it'll make them a quick buck. Any more success initiate operation exploitation. Throw them a bit more cash. I am the system. Programmed to initiate commands. You Negroes, you people are programmed not to ask. Empty vessels who have sold their souls a long time ago, and you call me robotic. I am the system. Systematically set to just do. You are systematically set to just do and not think, and you call me robotic. Error, redundancy, error, repeat, error, redundancy, error, repeat. Pardon me. I was scanning your culture's current popular music. You want a cop to pay for killing one of you, but carry a no-snitching policy in your own community, which allows you Negroes, you people, to have absolutely no accountability. I really overload, reset.
It's something like that. It's you see, in reality is you feel that shit. It's close by, and the people around you, they let you know time and time again, I don't want you around. What do I have to do to prove myself that I'm worthy? Understand? Mm-hmm. Then they tell you, Guti, come to me. I will show you in life and give you treasures of this world. But you always had them.
How can you be promised something that you already possess?
Already have, it's yours.
Yeah, it's already at your disposal, but when
you leave in Tinyako and go hunting, then it becomes illegal. But for them, they can do it at any point, at any time.
And it's called a sport.
Yeah.
They can own guns and nobody can.
Ungafika wena, Bobby Springbok, namhlanje, I bet you.
You're a poacher.
You're going to jail. But for them, it's, we're doing this for shit for sports. We gonna pay 20 grand this, 20 grand there, and pay our taxes. We good. Why do I have to pay tax on a chicken that I own, nigga? It's my shit. You understand? So if you understand the younger thinking behind not a bartering system, a trade system, then everything else, economics and everything else falls into place. You kind of understand that shit. You don't need to go to school for it. It's already there. You know it. It's in your DNA, my nigga. You know, I need to go to the kitchen. For you to do that, you know, I need to have something planned out, understand? So that these are that's economics right there. You don't need to get a book to tell you that shit. You understand?
Things are messed up, man. Things are really messed up.
When I'm not going to where people want to think they are normal. When we all fucked up some way. It's just that we balance each other by attracting the right energies around each other. If they tell you measure your energy, how the fuck are you going to do that? How are you going to go about it? But once now and you're not smiling, it means you have attracted the wrong energy. If you don't have a peace of mind, it means you didn't attract the right energy. You understand? That's why you must always try to, when you're going through a matrix, use the most efficient way to get to point A and point B. Because if I'm gonna mention time, I'm gonna put pressure.
Yeah. It's those expectations. I think these are zindonazo that take you away from what is at your disposal now. And I have talked about it previously about when you put yourselves under so much pressure, things must look like this and so on and so on. And I started to amaze myself when I started to make things easy. Like, that can't be so hard. Like every morning, wake up, you write a paragraph of what the previous day maybe had brought you. Like now it becomes a norm where I have to get some sort of a piece of information from what my day goes, because it helps me deal with the mental psyche and what's going on mentally in my head, so that be attached to any state of mind in the go. So I'm feeling drowsy, it could be an indication that I lied to someone, I'm feeling this kind of way. Have that kind of thing, but you are riding each and every mental state and take responsibility for it.
True.
Take responsibility for it, whether consciously or unconsciously. Because I had this conversation with my friend that sometimes we don't even want to take responsibility for the shit that we know we're responsible for. If we did some real reflection and we took some ownership, then that thing, instead of it becoming that kind of way, it could have been much better. And I feel it does less damage when we take responsibility than when we keep on constantly avoiding it, because it keeps on piling. And once it piles up, obviously times will get when shit hits the fan, and then the real starts becoming the real. Now you get to see that you're really on your own right there.
You see, that's why ecosystem needs to be good at all times. Sometimes self-reflection can be obscured by material or time or feelings or energy wrong that you're not aware of. So by having Tano, IT, one bar that specialized unity, when you off balance, they tell you, yo, nigga, just check yourself a little bit there. You understand? Something's not right.
Yeah. You just address one thing and then the entire system just comes back to normal.
Normal. So Ilando, you're not acting out by saying you are locking yourself in or whatsoever. It's just the right people.
They'll pick up.
Yeah,
they'll pick up on that.
You pick up on that, and somehow you kind of gravitate towards the right way of moving. Again, understand? So the biggest thing that I'm seeing currently, especially on these days, like Lamaklashas Pilago, is the expectation is time, and secondly is self-awareness. At what time and why are you there? Understand? And the most important one is being able to react, understand, accordingly. Remember,
execution.
Remember, yonke lando liyana wena has to do with you. There's certain aspect that you don't understand about yourself. That's called you are civilized, so you're supposed to act in a certain way. So your expectations are supposed to be at this way. You're supposed to run at 9 point like Bolt and shit like that. No, you don't need all of that. You just need to get there and come back. The speed has nothing to do with it. The time, the seconds, they have nothing to do with it. The aim is to get there, grab that, put it here, and bring it back. Once you simplify environment and reality, you'll be able to navigate it. Remember, it took me so long to get to 40 to understand that. Because actually, I haven't learned nothing over the 40 years. Now, for me to say, I'm going to let you be 40 so you can learn that lesson. You understand?
How do you digest such information? Yes, Luyanda, I'm already picturing certain interviews that I'm gonna have with some people. Like, Tano, get out of your own head. This person is trying to teach you something. We're like, okay.
We all not normal.
Yeah, I said that to my cousin, that we crazy everyone is crazy in some kind of way. That's your pambana in some kind of way. It's like you said, like, Tati, why are you always on your shit? Like, whose shit am I supposed to be on? Yo, man, you scare me.
It's like that. Like, it's very hard for me to express myself. I know that. It's very hard for me to interact with other people. I know that shit. I don't try to do that shit. But once you start pressing, you're going to get it.
Yeah.
You understand?
And we must kind of make it a norm, Luyanda, but not everyone is like us. Not everyone is like us, and this thing of getting out of my head, not every time also Pumo you have to go out and battle and all that. It's like, what are you flexing? What are you flexing, dog? You already got it.
That's the thing. You can kill a person by information overload.
That combustion.
You can kill a person as much as you have that information and stuff like that. Onyumdu can do like you can commit suicide by words. Actually, you do commit suicide by words. It's just that it's what you say at a certain time, not time per se, but what you say to a person at lim affect in a certain way, and then he feels there's no point of me living. You were telling him the truth, by the way. Not that you were lying to him. It's just that he has been in denial for some time. You understand? So that denial, like, oh my gosh, and all of that shit, you know, that type of
Yeah,
language.
who think he is.
Yeah, you're thinking you this shit that you're not. But now that I'm telling you, you feel good. Oh, I'm exposed. Everybody can see good. I'm exposed. I feel bad and I can't live like this.
Yeah, maybe I am really what they are saying. Maybe I'm really a failure.
So
maybe there are all these things. They're picking me up for a reason. Oh,
so that situation teaches you one thing, and actually two things. It teaches you that there is the output and input. That's why in law there will always be a scale. You can't pour too much because the scale assesses balance. And you know how you figure that out, how people learn. The best way to learn is to listen. That's the best way. It's unfortunate, but it's true. If you're not listening, the reason why the discussion has gone for so long, because you talk and I listen. Then ukalele, then nampine. So you kind of wear your shit. But you know, is it productive, the topic? That's how it gains momentum. It's like a ripple effect wave. You understand? Wave, it's just energy. It's not a person pushing water to create a wave. It's energy moving through amanzi. So if you know the science behind it, you can drive any discussion. Now ukho umoya ngaphezu kunamanzi, and you think you're going to create a wave. No, it's not going to work. You have to wait for a reaction, then we act. Sometimes we act, then make a reaction. Listen, answer, listen, answer, listen, answer. You see, now if you take that discussion and put it on a wave, how big would it be? But ngoku kufika umuntu sekule complex situation ikuyo and stands there and watches this wave. You killing that person because he wasn't there. Like discussion. And it's for me to say, Mela, we light a TV off. We light. No, because I'm combining 5. Then because short circuit. Then you're gonna fuck up my TV. Understand? So switch it off. Come on, 7s. Onyundo now he kind of grasp. Why are you saying that?
Okay, he's saying switch it off because he doesn't want it to short circuit. But my TV also, that kind of thing happened to my TV as well. And they asked me, why am I so outraged about this? It's because I tell them all the time, when you know there's load shedding, when you're done with something, switch it off.
But now the lesson on it is based on the fact that you didn't come out as gun blazing, Kulam. You kind of gave him the explanation, the logic behind it, rationale, 2-3 sentences, and move it out. We are digger deep to say, why does this happen? Why does that happen? Then you talk about voltage. Then if he's not satisfied, switch on the PC and go big up Linux and listen to this shit. Then if he comes more like more, you're like, no, I'm yet by 20. You understand?
Exactly.
So Fatum allow you to say what if, but you understand? So when you create a discussion, remember you're creating a wave. For the wave to happen, it needs 2 elements. It needs energy, and there needs to be this source of, let's say, amans for it to create that ripple effect, which is wave.
Well, what do they call that energy? Is it waves? What do they call it? Hydro? What? Is it hydro? I forgot that wave energy. But
I try to keep discussions. I'm very light because I can't keep all the words.
No, Nandi, I'm literally having waves in my head while you're talking about waves. So I'm formulating a picture since I'm a photographic memory. I have a photographic memory. Sorry.
That's me too. People will be wondering why am I succeeding? Now, if there's something that I can't see, I bet your ass you're gonna talk alone.
Yeah.
You need to talk to me and say, this is this is that, this is how you plug in, this is so that these will understand how things are working.
And yes, Luyanda, what you're telling me about Moku is something that I also see as a superpower. Because some people, they are so caught up sometimes in, I don't want to look like I'm stupid.
Yeah.
Because a person, I figure up and be having this conversation. Joyce, dude. And then like Lando, it's dangerous because you do not know and sometimes I'm gonna feel like in the route to go you try with too much information.
Exactly.
Because I would ask you, am I overloading you? And some people are gonna courage, they would say continue, knowing that we are but round further and further. And then sometimes now, as a person who pays careful attention to body language, you're like, this is not going anywhere.
He's shutting down, he's not maintaining eye contact. There's gestures that people give you when they either
are not interested
or whatsoever. You understand? So environment yako, who you are would tell you, no, you're not supposed to be here or doing this or doing that. Don't go against it. Sometimes it's great to flex by yourself, to yourself.
Yeah.
It's great. But once you start adding numbers, you move above 1 to 2, then you have to check yourself time and time again. That's where your math equation comes in. Your equal sign starts applying. It's either more than or less than. But you don't need to use those signs to win or lose an argument. You just maintain your equal sign. That's it. Do you want it? You don't. Great.
Good.
Yeah, I need that. Give him the opportunity to say, I need it. Oh, okay, cool. There you go. And me saying, oh, you feel like 20 rand. There you go. Now you don't know what to do. The quickest thing you do, go to the shop and buy 10 packets of chips.
With that $20.
Yeah.
Damn.
It's just pure science. It's easy. I remember at one time, the Evangelist started that in a day, actually I can give it shield right now. It's always been effective. It's just sometimes it gets quite aligned, so I lose momentum. People use the clock, I use the sign as to I have it, I know what time it is, but I use the language. If ubethile 12 and 2/3 of izinto uzazenza awukazenzi, forget it.
You ain't gonna make
because the energy yakho yoba creative after 12. That's why in most religions for 12 is praying time. The day is done. That's why all religion. Just on
Islam,
12 or past 12, even the churches, the normal churches, meaning there's nothing for you to consume no more. Understand? It's the capacity is just a reinforcement of information. There's nothing new. It's just they putting reinforcement so that tomorrow you start your day using the culture sequence.
Like keeping you in the loop.
Yeah.
Keeping you in the loop, in the matrix.
So Luyanda, you just need to time and time again be understand, be aware of your environment.
Pay due diligence. Hey. Yeah, we learn every day, Luyanda. We learn every day. Learn every day.
I have to stop. I have to kill music. I have to listen. I have to pay attention to what they say. Yeah, but this day and try to break shit down or try to get or try to get into the argument or whatever. No, sometimes it just helps. Just give a person free time to talk. Ingqondo yakho will tell you. It will tell you how to gather shit. Before bekho iball besebenzisa ungqondo for ugangamanzi.
The well system.
You understand? So there's nothing new. It's just that the well system was created a plating and then we kind of caught up to a bottle and using natural material, which is the sand. It's nothing new. You understand? So yeah.
Full attention to detail. So when you take away your own detail, the into that has made us lost sense in doing the simple things. It's just things that of being good at doing something so simple that you don't have to be praised okanye some sort of achievement has been on you. Andithi kubana ndiyafuna ubona umhlaba ngolu hlobo, but I think until he experiences it, then akazuyazi. Because in my sense is, why am I bothering doing the things that I'm doing if it's not going to get me the outcome that he thinks? The thing is, you're looking from the outside in. You do not know what goes in the ins and the outs and so on. You might hear you might hear me voice noting people, me recording an episode, me editing a pod. Zonke uyaziva, but the ins and the outs, you do not know them. So I quite understand why you're seeing things this kind of way. You give them a different perspective. Like you literally take them inside the house and you let them see, Mama man, this is what we are literally going through. But sometimes that, and I feel like it scares others because ingathi umuntu imkhumbuza nge-shortcomings zakhe.
I hear you.
Lando buke wayithethe once, sometimes it feels like uyazivalela ungumuntu, yabo. But ke ngoku, since we are not all on the same level of consciousness in terms of uzaz, can I be me without all these things that I think make me me?
Exactly.
I need to question Bana, if I don't have these things, will I still turn up? Because I said to my nigga that as you are the only person who comes here and consider that this dude needs to eat, this dude needs to do this. Anjonganga price nento ibekayo apha because omnye umuntu uzojonga the amount, I gave you $100, or I gave you this.
Where's my change?
Yabo, Gandhi, there's something much more. The fact that you are thinking, my friend, my brother, he needs to eat. How is his family? Like caring for a person's well-being. What you are saying, paying careful attention to what the person is saying. Not to so that they can get out of your face. I don't want to entertain because they would ask you, why are you not having conversations as Thilenam? kutheni ubani uthi ubani uthetha naye ngolu hlobo but when it comes to me hey ngathi ndiyavalelwa why theni ndibekelwe ngaphandle mna
I get it.
and then they see fault in you that, no, I'm trying to discover things by myself. And I told my cousin that you think I have things figured out. I don't. Kawena, just because you want to hang on to the misery you're going through and sustain yourself in it, you want to confirm to yourself that he has things figured out. And I told him I'm always going to be of help, but you need to help yourself first. Because I'm helping myself.
Misery
attracts company. Yeah, misery loves company. Yabo ndizawuthi mina ndizama ukunceda since you family you're this, because there were people are coming up to me saying allow njani into ethile, how do you allow it? Dude, I have my own growth to tend to. I have a kid, I have a girl, I'm trying to build a family out here. Can't you see what I'm trying to do?
The more people that you care about that are in your circle, the less time you have to do other things as well. So you would like to have abantu that when they come into your space, they're grateful for that time that they're spending with you and they're adding value. You know? So if that's not happening, it's easy to pick it up. You just say, hey, you good? Walk away. You don't need to get into that thing. Yo, I see you looking at me weird today, and I see you getting an attitude, and I'm like pissed off at you looking at me, talking shit about your energy, my nigga. You just shifted your energy totally just to cater for that nigga.
God damn.
You understand? So Luyanda and activities. I'm not saying it's a bad thing or good thing. It's just listen. Yes, as and going through magazines and doing all of that, you can be caught up in such a way. When you finally look at the reality and you look around, it's like, fuck, I'm isolated. I'm by myself. Understand? And now you have to find a way of opening a door and going out again. Hey, quick people and move. Then you find yourself, you have to get again to a sequence of what's happening.
And socializing. Yeah, get to know, excel what's hip, what's happening and all that.
Let data now, it needs cool.
Luyanda, we just need avenues where we're gonna pour. And the other aspect that you mentioned, Kakulu, is the fact that we can overpour ngamanye amaxesha sicima ukuba siqinisa ifoundation kanti there is nothing, akho kwanti ngaphansi, uyakhalela into ziyahla obona amabhakethi avuzayo.
Position a bit in so it's like it's 4 days later, nigga, you've been holding the same position, consuming shit. Like what? That's why you need to be very aware of that shit. Yo, this shit will fuck you up. Some man used to do that a lot. Come to me, Dalu, yeah, man, do you DSTV? He used to like DSTV football.
Yeah, he's an advocate. I know when you're down, Fenya, and everything else is shit except the shit that you have.
He used to come to me and say, don't you have that crack? I'm like, yeah, I do have crack. How much you need? It's like, nah, just 1 or 2, just to, until my girlfriend gets here. That nigga, I'll go to the toilet past 12. He'll be still on the fucking TV.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, can't pull me. It says past 8. Yo, Dalu, the latest band on. Like, say, yeah, it's crack. As much as it's abundant, Kubo, they don't have it. It's like your oil, Arab. They have that shit. They know it. When so more.
Yes, I didn't know this so much. God damn, I have a headache. This nigga's got categories. Yeah, you got categories, years, and all that. Yo, you got all this shit. What? I've been looking for this shit for a while.
Like it's not. Like nigga,
you gonna get obese, man.
You understand that shit? You just know it. We are yours.
Ngamanye amaxesha endiyazi, ubukele lo tech. Even my girls, ubukele tech ngoku. You're motivating yourself now. You're watching a movie now. You're watching a series.
That's the anyway about that tech we actually not really listen to. Yeah, it's just that when you're looking at something move, it holds attention. But we don't have to look at it. In the next you can clean the house and he will talk to you across the house. how this thing goes. That's where I feel abanye abantu don't get it. You can actually multitask while doing shit. But they see it as everything else needs to be shut down, needs to be ordered.
Yeah, your attention should be on that.
Yeah, now like this. Now you have to look at me when I'm asking you a question. Like I have to stop typing, look at you. So you have to allow people to break that time and time again. Because I don't have to look for you to talk. You can talk.
Yeah, I know, got it.
So that's the thing.
I think I almost broke these young boys. I was talking about the way of playing online. Yeah, I was trying to get into the Twitch. I was learning OBS and how I'm telling them to record gameplay and all that. And have you ever... I had to explain the rocket science, Luyanda, because their mind has only been programmed to get their entertainment, just play the game and be messed and just move on from that. Now here I come. Tati, you can make money of this. Hey, 1 year that man, because Nyamendali and PPS3. That dude is always playing Fortnite tournaments and so on. If money man, it's available. Good much information.
Just here, it's not far away.
I go good, they didn't know how to play manager mode. Most of them. Did you play FIFA all these years and you don't try out as new modes? That's the time you can go and be a manager, buy players, win a budget and so on.
You don't have to play the game.
You don't literally have to play the game. There are many modes. When you are so taught, stick to the they are pro players of this. They are esports teams playing all of these things. Once I get them excited, they're gonna go and want to go research. Because it's like download this on YouTube. Why you guys are not watching e-gamers playing? Why are you not watching Ezinye doing the things that you want to do? Because now it's open season.
You see, they wait for the next trend. That's the thing. People are sitting just phoning and looking for that next trend. Or when you say something, it goes crazy.
Oh, viral.
Yeah, viral. They're looking for that viral thing. They want to be the first to catch it, to ride that wave. And that's the only thing that counts. It's like who said what, how, when, and who said it to who. Why did they say it? And
why is Ubani no longer with Ubani anymore? Why Bani and Bani are breaking up?
Yeah.
Bani and Bani with their families.
I want to feel good by myself by looking at misery. Oh, he's going through this.
And this comparison about, more misery than you are. You can tell me nothing about pain. You can tell me how broken I am. You don't know what I've been through. If when you had been in my shoes, you would have. It's like we constantly using that happened to us as an excuse to continue saying, Mamela, look at me, I'm the victim. This happened to me, and the reason why it happened to me is because I deserved it, and so on.
Do you know, Uguti, whatever you do in life, especially outside your proposals, your companies, and everything that you want to put into it, if you can't vision it, you'll never achieve it. That's how we black people are programmed. If you don't see a company achieving this at this time, not at this time, achieving this, the time becomes irrelevant. Because
it's not a matter of when, it's a matter of
it's already happening. But it's almost like seeing a shooting star. The chances are by the time we draw a shooting star has passed you long time ago. Long fucking time ago. It's just that when you are catching you trail, you understand? Saying, okay, that's a shooting star, I need to make a wish. That shit passed you eons years ago. It's just that when you were like, no, it's 12. It's not 12, man. No, it's not. So, Ilando, that metaphysic thing, remember you caught on that shit for some time. It's literally what's happening. You have to first be khalele before we get. If you understand? If I would take nigga, I quit cigarette after 20 years.
My grandmother did the same thing.
Understand? So it literally at one point I was like, Adi khalele. And I start. So could be some hate, we interactions there too, and the people that we keep strategically within our circles and shit like that. I have kids, you got kids, and I've got family. They give me enough drama. I've got other people as well.
Yeah.
So plugins you like them to be effortless and they're grand. So it's like, yo, plug that shit. Ungafiki namhlanje PC
Oh,
crashed. I have to start over, copy hard drive. You can't even put your own hard drive into the system. You have nothing. It's like Tito self.
Now ufuna uthi afika song izandla naye ubukele nawe tumbling up and down.
I was talking to Small. I'm like, nigga, there's 10 or 11 of you guys. And Tita knows Small recently. I'm like, Small environment, I can't figure out. It'll be 8 niggas. One will be recording. About 2, what's that this gave? And you'll be on a PC. Do you have to be 8 motherfuckers? No, we are feeding off each other and stuff like that. Who's feeding who? No, we are in production. And it's just 2 people singing. Like, y'all need to be that close to each other. No, Talu, you don't understand and stuff like that. I'm like, my nigga, I'm not saying shit is expensive, but shit is expensive. This Zodiac could cost $30 a day. You have other 8 niggas who's gonna pull a drag from the same weed that you just bought. That's supposed to help you function better. Then they are putting weight on your furniture so that your family cannot have your furniture. Then they are watching your screen, which is your electricity, by the way, and telling you how they feel about it, if they are telling you or consuming your energy. What do you get out of it? I would understand if 8 niggas, one was holding a camera, one was holding a mic, and you understand?
Luyanda.
Now you have this sequence of people around you that are not adding value or trying to learn from you.
Or trying to see what you're on.
Now I tell yourself, if you want to funda, fika uphethe pen and paper. Let me see what you want to funda. Let me give you homework. Okanye usenze the homework ngokwakho, but show an effort, like when you put a phone and shit like that, then you understand how I am. Understand? If kum uzafika ngo-10 and you're gonna record, the chances are you're gonna get nothing because my brain is somewhere else. Yeah. So.
Yeah, back to the wave energy creation kind of.
You need to create la wave. If you phone, create situation whereby you generate wave. You understand? If I create energy, you are as a ghosting. You will always try to get into my brain, but I'll be somewhere else.
Yeah, good day.
Why this motherfucker not performing?
Yeah,
good
day.
I want to buy a band when they watch something, they watch it to get through it, to get the knifing and the gun and the bullet. But Axelrod, be like Kakalipaku suits, be le pick it blindness. They've got one thing, a sequence is the pre-planning. So utwibukela wena, it's that star situation happened.
Oh yeah. You're just seeing a trail of a shooting star that already had passed, yo.
Yeah.
Hayi ngoku still isa-recurrisha sorry.
Uyayibona wena at that time. So that's the shit.
And you literally think you're seeing the thing.
Yeah.
Seyidlulile. Umngane wami ke wathi wathi there are some things that you just give me and they leave me with a sense of god damn man.
Hey, that
motherfucker. Hey, he's on another level.
Yeah.
They be like, Vetu, now did you catch that on? And then he would be so intrigued. Like, Vetu, I didn't know people could think that kind of way. Like we open up a wall to one another. We're like, what? No, you were all that shit as well. Like, okay.
Just look at that might fuck by Kuhalo. We already got that shit. It's just that Goku Sibona in the action. And then we like, oh fuck, Siri. You understand?
Yeah.
And how he's reacting and shit like, nigga, we know that shit.
Yeah, because they created this kind of cult. It's like, okay, we're first gonna introduce it to you. Yeah, but then Nita, and once Nita, and then now we're gonna take ways of making different versions of it so that you can further be engraved and in love with that shit. I remember Linus having a video where he remastered his first video in 4K.
Yeah,
and it looked like a pastel painting and all that. Like we've come far, hey. We've come far. We've really come far.
Good quality shit. You would like to have it. Be timeless. I would understand. I wonder there's 2 people that will give you a mindfuck when it comes to a picture. 4x3 actually. The ecosystem mostly they say they onto that quality shit. Tichonga wena, chongbandi, tichonga lamfana se Philip.
Oh yeah.
My nigga, you gonna come there with something like an advert. It's like.
You're wasting our time. You're giving us HD cams, yeah. Then we can booze. I'm going with Dr. Strange right now. Oh, HD cam. Oh, like hold there. It's just the HD cam. Don't worry. We are the first people to make sure we get it. And when we say it's available, we're gonna make sure you get it in HD. And I only want quality for my people. So when you watch it, like, Daddy, did you see that?
pay.
Yeah. I got my money's worth. I got my money's worth. Because there's a reputation I'm creating there and a relationship in itself, man. It's not just one transaction. I've told countless people that we were building relationships here.
Exactly where you just put right now. He's saying he would not create a song that's whack so that a billion Malaki as a producer attaching it to that person.
So he doesn't want to be attached to whackness.
I'm like, my nigga, wants this beat. He's not saying he knows good you can create a 3-story building.
The foundation.
You understand?
The foundation.
Luyanda.
Foundation.
So when you are like, you don't want to attach yourself to a foundation because you want this 3-story building.
But how do you get the 3-story building without the foundation?
Sometimes I'll just look at you like, oh, okay, cool.
Any foundation does it lie in the sky or what?
Nigga, you could have walked away with a cool 5K right there.
Dude, for just
Is it good? Yeah, cool. Hi, what? Hey.
I'm gone. You make the transaction and be like, okay, there's a market here. I can be in the foundation business.
Yeah, so
once you solidify yourself in the foundation business, then indeed you're gonna test your skills. What happens if in can back and just a simple house? Yeah, bro. I know how to build a foundation now. Yeah, bro. Proof is in the numbers.
No, once and forget that you need to release work albums for you to create a bomb out. Then you won't lose it.
How many shots did Michael Jordan miss?
Nigga, they say he's the greatest. Okay, let's put stats. You know how many people have broken, not just broken, like they put a record like Michael Jordan to shame.
To shame, yeah.
It's just that Michael Jordan had the spotlight.
Yeah.
That were like the Shane Warnes of this world.
Yeah.
So this is interesting, Javana Theodore.
In when about the culture see builder is that we have this culture of attention. It's like now whoever gets the most attention, we think Goyeno successful. It's the same thing even with success. Oh, Jesus, a trilogy.
Exactly. That nigga, by the time people say he blew up, nigga, he was already big, but he was fucking broke.
Nigga was making records for Jay-Z and still, Luyanda, broke as fuck, still.
I'm like, this motherfucker rolling this motherfucker at this motherfucking video. But one wabo goes to a palace, one wabo went up back to his shack. I also had to push Modise saying that she was top goal scorer, but she was living in a shack. Amela, the greatest striker we have in Africa, push Modise. The greatest striker.
I was scoring goals, but I was sleeping in a shack.
Nigga.
What is that?
120 something appearances, over 100 goals. Who comes close? 120 something appearances, over 100 goals. Who comes close?
Upushi current Banyana coach, Thyself.
Nigga, he put Mamela, he's the greatest of all time in Africa when it comes to scoring. You can't compare stats now, but way he tells you, what have I gained?
That was sad,
Abantu, they don't want Kanye, Modise. That's why you can relate to them because they're the same person. It's just that you'd understand Kanye lost his man. That's why he's fucked up.
Yeah. Yo, at a very pivotal part. This was at a part where Umchita was like, I have my big break, and then
besides that, if you talk to Kanye at the age of 6, Kupoti all it like there will be no Kanye. He all it like them fuel, like it gives him like energy. Talked about that energy shit. Kanye didn't need to go outside and play with his friends because all it like would fuel him. Like ideas of madness. All it like would be like, oh, I got you, my kid. I understand how you're
like that safety net, safety net.
So, fuel all that stuff. That's why Kanye goes back in New York, comes back to come and see his mom, and he just needed an hour or so. Same time we have money record understand? Because Oled knows how to fuel him, understand? So once Coupe Oled away from the situation, who's fueling him? No one. So literally for him to become a billionaire, he hasn't achieved what he wanted to achieve. He will never achieve it because
the fuel. Yeah, the fuel, man. The fuel, man. Yeah. Him ending up even having kids with the Kardashians.
Yeah. He achieved nothing.
Exact. That's why he's constantly trying to we always feel like Kanye is trying to compensate for something. And yes, it also gives the excuse for he wise to say, look at what's wrong with black people. Like, why are they not acknowledging the situations that they literally put our people in?
Having to do having to do that now, you have to bring it back to Oposhim with this. Then you say, no, he's misunderstood. Same thing with Kanye. You understand? That's why they're reacting. But the stars, they tell you how successful he is, though. You understand? Then it's like, no, you guys,
the richest hip hop artist.
You shutting him down and everything else. It's like, no, listen, I've done this. I'm done with that shit. You understand? This is how I'm gonna put it word by word for you to learn about it. Uposhe Mudisa, you know, after a career yake was finished, 9 out of 10 people about the banana were successful. They shut him down. Remember like when I did out DMX, where he comes up with a monologue or says a poetry sessions like, and then he talks about
those
how
raw.
Yeah, how people will greet him and say, hey, my nigga, you good? Yeah, we good. Hey, can I get a beat so that I can rap? No, nigga, I see you good back then, man. You know, just that I'll see you. But I'm standing right here. Remember, he always emphasized standing right there, trying to talk to a nigga, and the nigga will be like, alright. That's the situation that we find ourselves in. I just told you that same story 3-4 days ago, where I go to a nigga who's got it all, and I need funds to go from here to there. And it's like, nah, nigga, I got you. I'm like, no, you don't have me, my nigga. I'm standing right here. Like, nah, here's a bottle, here's food. Yeah. I'm like, no, I didn't come here.
I wanted to get from A to B.
Yeah, you understand? So it's not being misunderstood. You just need to understand how sequence yako works. As new clocks, they don't necessarily clock this way. They can clock that way or this way or whatever way. There's no right from wrong. There's no
They don't ever come. There's no true north. There's no true defined north.
It's ilapala way. It's you've been controlled to think in a certain way. Porsche with this and the rest of them, when they come out, these make a successful people. They show you what you are doing is not necessarily wrong, but it's not good for you. Because you are never made that way. You are never programmed. Why now all of a sudden you start needing apps? Why?
Like we're trying to look for solutions for problems that don't exist. We're trying to solve things that don't need to be solved.
All of a sudden you have to download an app like KFC for you to feed.
For you to get it discounts and all. Hey, Bonala, wait. Uber Eats is on that now. People buying 9 wings, 9 rand.
Why, my nigga, like why? Don't you want to judge your food? Don't you want to cut that wing out? Don't you want to see how weird if tukunika ipise nyama tikupa ithigh, you should be able to say this is the thigh, this is how it gets cut out. It's fucking with our religion, with our sequence of culture. Yaikupha la ability for you, because now was nyama with tray a chicken piece. You don't know how to take it out of a living chicken.
That's on another level, Luyanda. Yes, I didn't think that kind of way.
You understand?
Well, that's fast food like mentality. Because do you notice everything? Instant porridge, instant
there you go.
Instant this, instant pap. And it's papa ngokuyipheka in 2 minutes. Yonke into they trying to less time for preparation.
There you go. You need to be self-aware of certain things. That's brother used to have a lot of fun because when I told her how to cook, I said like he'll be 9, 10, 30 stones big it up and 30 plastic bags. I'm showing her a skill. I'm not even remember. Yeah, I'm showing her a skill. This is a potato, make a joke, blah blah blah.
She loves you. This is a carrot.
Big it up, stove, this light. You take for granted how to switch on a stove, but Kambonisa la sequence is learning something. So I'm all of a sudden he's here next to me. You understand? We give office skill. We give skill by doing, by virtual people see shit. Then
learn by sight.
So in danger, just be careful of what you think makes life easy. Yeah, it's not. Might not be equal away. Try now and then.
Don't be certain. Don't be certain about a certain way of doing things. To be like, there is no alternative other than me doing it this way.
Religion yako is never wrong. Culture yako is never wrong. It's meant for you. Who else do you think is supposed to have if we're now Jens? You just need to recognize we force field yako. There's certain things that are not supposed to be out of sync. You need to always have them. Understand now and then I need to go buy a chicken. Chicken doesn't come from a machine. this is how you kill a chicken, see what's happening so that you can get that wing.
Naleyo yokwenza isonga Luyanda leyo qofa.
Yeah. So other skills they need to be there. It's simple. Even go commands. It doesn't drip. Yeah, doesn't drip. Now walk away. People take those things for granted until you tell them, no, listen, they're supposed to be done this way. They think the order that they see, it magically came into existence.
And then they think intuitively izawube skifika kubo. Kanti we forget that the brain forgets. The brain forgets, especially with the easier things, because now I found a more convenient way, so I don't need to do it. Sometimes the moment you get $200 and udiniwe usuke emsebenzini ukhalela ukutya lwecephe, but you have $200, and then kukho le app ubuthetha ngayo KFC.
You think it's easy, so
andidiniwe man, khanke nje orderishe inoni wings pha Uber Eats uzofika nazo
that's gonna be 5 minutes. Luyanda, you're killing his skill. That's Sako of the next generation. By just downloading an app, they've killed the generation. And there's certain things that you can hang on to. There's certain things that you shouldn't hang on to.
Thank you very much for joining us for yet another amazing and impactful episode. All the love and appreciation goes out to everyone who continues being a supporter of our podcast. And until next time,